Hey everyone, my name's Laura. I'm a teaching artist with Mocha, and today I'd like to share a creative project using recyclable materials found around the house. Today we are going to be using TP rolls to make some fun art projects. You can see here I've made two different creatures using construction paper and TP rolls. For this project, you will need some colored construction paper, anything you have on hand, some scissors, markers, glue, and if you have it, some googly eyes. If you don't have googly eyes, don't worry about it. You can always use your markers to draw on the eyes. So to start with our project, we're going to take a blank TP roll. To show you how to make this, I'm going to change the camera angle down so that you can see my workspace. So here I have my TP roll and I'm getting ready to cover it with strips of paper. I've already cut a few here, but I want to show you guys how to cut up some construction paper into strips to use for your TP roll. Now, when using scissors, it's always important that the tip is pointed away from you. You never want to cut using your scissors pointing towards your fingers or towards your body. So always make sure that the tip, the sharp point of your scissors are pointed away from you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our construction paper and we're going to cut it into long strips. So I've already cut some paper here using blue and purple. Now you could use any shape you'd like. I happen to like the idea of using two colors to make a pattern. So that's what I'm going to do on my TP roll today. So I'm going to take my TP roll and then I'm going to get my first strip of paper. I'm going to add a line of glue down the middle. Now, I didn't use too much glue. Notice I didn't cover the whole paper with glue, just a line, and I'm simply going to place it around my TP roll. I want to hold it in place for 10 seconds. That way it gives the glue a chance to attach the paper to the TP roll. So I'm going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to continue this all the way down to where you can't see the cardboard anymore. I'm going to go ahead and make a line of glue on the back of my paper strip, just like that. And I'm going to attach it just below the blue strip of cardboard. Now you can see I'm starting to build my pattern. And I'm going to hold it in place for about 10 seconds. I like to tell my students they can count 5 elephants. That way they know where they are in the process of holding the paper and the glue to the paper core. So just like that, go ahead and hold it into place. I'm going to take, you guessed it, blue again, because I decided I'd like to make a pattern. And I'm going to make a strip of glue onto my paper. And then I'm simply going to attach it to my TP roll. Now I'm going to hold it and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now once you are done, your TP roll will be covered just like this, and we're ready to add the wings. So I want my wings to be symmetrical. Now symmetrical means to be even on both sides. So I'm going to show you a trick on how to do that. I'm going to fold my paper in half, and I'm going to pinch one side. That way it looks like a small little book. Now that I have my paper folded into two sides, I'm going to draw one wing. And I'll show you the fun trick, what happens after I have drawn my wing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw real big on my paper, and I'm going to draw one wing. So you can see here there's a paper below the side of which I drew my wing on. Now this is important because I want my wings to be symmetrical. And when I use my scissors, I'm only going to use them to cut one wing. And you'll see what happens when I unfold the paper. Now it's important that we fold along the folded edges. You want the flaps, the open part, to be away from you. So I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut along the line I made, or the outline I made for my wings. Now remember, I'm always keeping the tip of the scissors away from me. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to twist my paper to make it easier for me to cut. And there I have my wing shape. But because we had folded that paper and it was underneath the side of what we drew on, I can open up my paper and I have two symmetrical wings. Now, we're going to go ahead and attach our wings to the body of our critter. So I may use a little more glue, just since it's a larger piece of paper, to attach my wings. And I'm simply going to put it onto the back of my TP roll. And I'm going to count to 10. Now, it's important that you keep it in place. That way, the paper doesn't peel off of your TP roll. If that happens, don't be discouraged. Go ahead, put the paper back in its place, and maybe hold it for 5 more seconds. You might even need a little more time and have to count to 10 twice. And there you have it, just like that. You have your very own critter. Now, before we forget, we got to do our little antennas, like you can see we added here. So I'm going to use that extra orange paper that I have, and I'm going to cut 2 little strips that I'm going to use for my antennas. Now, I want to make sure that the ends are curled just for a little fun flair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end of my paper and I'm going to roll it between my thumb and my forefinger. And I roll it so that it gives a really fun little effect, like an antenna. So now that I have 2 small little pieces of paper that are rolled at the tips for the antenna, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get my glue, and I'm going to dot the glue onto the back of my paper. Now a dot is a lot, we don't need too much, and I'm going to attach it to the side of my creature. Just like that, you can see I have a little antenna. Now if there's a little extra glue, that's fine, it will dry. So remember, a dot is a lot, we don't need too much. And then you're going to attach it to the side of the head. Oops, dropped mine there. You're going to attach it to the side of your critter. Just like that, you have 2 little antennas. So you may want to hold them in place so that they don't fall off. Remember, count to 10. And there you have it, 2 little wings. You can go ahead and take that extra glue. If it gets on your hand, you can go ahead and wipe it on an extra scrap of paper that you're not going to need. So now that we have our wings, we have our antenna all done, we're going to go ahead and draw our face on. So I'm going to take a black marker. I'm going to draw 2 oval shapes for the eyes, and then I'm going to color them in about halfway up to make the eyeball. And just like that, you have 2 little eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of the face, just like that. And there you have it, your own little critter. So you can see here we have a butterfly, we have a bumblebee. So you can really make anything you can think of. This is a really fun, versatile project. You can make a cat, you can make a dog, anything you can think of. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Using recycled materials is always a great way to recycle and to be creative. So thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed.